Once upon a time. Screw the intro, let's just get into it. Disclaimer: this is a work of fiction. Any similarity between characters to anyone existing is purely not intentional, living or dead. They are not here. There was once a little boy who likes to wander around. His name is Viper. He walked around and kept tripping on stones until he found a mansion.
Wow!
He walked to the door and opened it like the idiot he is. He walked deeper into the building until the door closed behind him like he is in some sort of movie story, which is true, but no. He grabbed a flashlight from the desk near him and he kept walking until he found a big door. He literally just destroyed it with a nearby hammer. He walked in and saw nothing but darkness. He used the flashlight and walked in. The doors closed behind him again. He didn't care and just kept walking until he noticed something or someone is following him. He instantly threw a rock at the follower and chased it until he can't. He tried to get out, but he was stuck and he got stuck there for a long time. 5 years later, a few travelers managed to find the same mansion. They all walked in except for one, which was holding the door. The door did not shut in. It was dark, but they managed to find a light switch and bam, light. They explore and explore until they found the same door which leads to the room where Viper is stuck in. They destroyed it with a few wrenches and hammers, and they found nothing. They were confused until someone closed the door behind them. They later snuck out through the basement window and walked away like nothing happened. The end. One night there was a dark and stormy night. A group of campers wandered off in the woods and what they saw was Bob, and he said,
You like jazz?
Once upon a day like no other. Yander was chilling and dipping peacefully when a weird guy with the name Red Ninja came up to her and said, Bish, you got $1? Toga said, no sir, I'm broke as it can be. He ran off looking for another person to rob. He found his best bud disturbed and asked for a doll hair. He robbed him for a doll hair and then bought life on Amazon. The end. Once upon a year there is a girl named Vanilla who live in small house made of mushroom in the middle of a forest. She is looking for ingredients when she saw someone behind the tree. She slowly walks to the tree to see who's there. Her heart thumped faster and faster every steps. Then the man behind the tree shows his face. Then Vanilla runs and screamed as loud as she can. Then the man said,
Why are you running? Why are you running?
This happened back in America. One time I was in a church and the pastor was talking about anxiety, depression, etc., and he was stating solutions for them, and apparently I forgot to turn off my phone. Then some mother beater decided to prank call me and my ringtone was a recording of me saying depression, anxiety, distress, I love it all, and no one can change that. Literally everyone in the church heard it. I heard this when I was in Korea. One day a girl was walking home late night after work or something. It was dark and around midnight. She lived in an apartment where they had elevator. She got in the elevator and when the door was about to close, a strange man with very red hoodie entered the elevator. He apologized for scaring her and asked which floor she is heading to, without making an eye contact. She told him out of fear and the man casually pressed the button and the one below. As they were on the way, he asked her for her cell phone if he could use it, but she declined out of suspicious and isolated herself in the corner. After seconds of silence, elevator arrived to the floor below the one girl was heading to and the door opened. The guy slowly walked out of the door and turned around facing toward the elevator and the girl, and just stared at her without any movement. Slowly the door started to close and from the gap, she could see him turning around heading for upstairs, pulling a knife out of his pocket. Once upon a time in a library a man was walking down the aisle reading Twilight when he heard boss music playing. What? Said the man confusingly. As he walked down to aisle 69 it was becoming more and more louder. At one moment he thought he was being followed. When the man was done reading the book, he went to L69 for the fun of it. When he went over there, he saw something he will never forget. It was a glob looking straight at him while chanting "I am the globe glow gob glob" while rushing at him. The man was running until he bumped into an aisle full of Harry Potter books. "My weakness, Ron," said the man. He looked back and saw no one. He went to aisle number 15, foot lettuce. That is when he saw Chills running at him while his feet were in lettuce. The man ran outside to the ground. That was his worst mistake when Phil Swift came from the back and suffocated him. Moral: don't go in mem aisles.